I'm Melinda Rose.
And I'm Krista Zanola.
And this is Light Matters for March 9th, 2011. A new microscope uses a very thin sheet of light to illuminate single cells for fast, high-resolution 3D imaging of small structures in living cells. The technique, dubbed Bessel beam plane illumination microscopy, was invented by scientists at Howard Hughes Medical Institute. Light sheet-based illumination is valued for its ability to limit photobleaching and phototoxicity compared to other microscopy techniques. But previous light sheets were too thick for high-res imaging of single cells. Eric Betzig and colleagues overcame this by replacing the Gaussian beam commonly used to create the light sheets with a Bessel beam. The challenge was to remove the prominent rings of the Bessel beam that could compromise the performance. In their Nature Methods paper, the researchers described two ways they accomplished this. In the future, their technique could help improve super-resolution microscopy.
A new, minimally invasive tool that uses a laser to suture wounds takes its inspiration from a laser welding process developed for plastics. When closing wounds, surgeons must make a knot after every stitch, a difficult task that can cause complications if the suture is too tight or too loose. Researchers at the Fraunhofer Institute for Production Technology have developed a semi-automatic process that sets the tension to a predefined optimum level and replaces suture knots with laser welds. Not only does it shorten the suturing process, but it also speeds healing, they said. Preclinical studies are slated to start this year. At first, the suturing instrument will be used for minimally invasive surgeries in the abdominal area, but the researchers believe it also can be adapted for heart surgery. A prototype of the instrument will be on display at the MedTech Europe Fair in Stuttgart, March 22nd through the 24th.
A photonic crystal made from silicon has allowed researchers to demonstrate, for the first time, a reversal of the optical Doppler effect, an advance that could one day lead to the development of optical cloaking devices. The Doppler effect describes the change in frequency of light or sound waves whenever there is a relative movement between an observer and a wave's source. With light, as an object and an observer move closer together, light changes from red wavelengths to blue ones. When they move further apart, it decreases from blue to red. In a paper published this week in Nature Photonics, researchers at Swinburne University in Australia and their colleagues in China reversed this effect, something that doesn't happen naturally. By projecting a laser beam onto their unique photonic crystal superprism and changing the distance between it and the detector, they created an inverse Doppler effect. The superprism disperses light at twice the magnitude of a standard Newton prism, and the large angle changes the prism's refractive index to negative. Being able to reverse the Doppler effect is a promising sign for the future development of science fiction-inspired technology, such as invisibility cloaks, the researchers said. A greater understanding of this phenomenon may also lead to a number of more immediate applications. Measuring the Doppler effect currently allows astronomers to detect the speed at which stars approach or recede from Earth, enables radar to measure the velocity of objects, and is used in medical imaging to measure a body's blood flow.
Optical tweezers. There's an app for that. Optics researchers at the universities of Glasgow and Bristol have developed an iPad application for accurate, easy, and intuitive use of holographic optical tweezers. Optical tweezers, used to manipulate tiny particles through the use of highly focused laser beams, are used in molecular biology to help experiment with and better understand the microscopic processes of organisms. Controlling the lasers used in such systems has often been limited by the functionality of the computer mouse or joystick, making it difficult to manipulate multi-particles in a range of directions. The new multi-touch-based app allows researchers a 3D view of particle systems and offers a range of techniques, like pinching or tilting, for moving and rotating single and multi-particles. The interface is so easy to use, even novice users can trap and move particles and translate the microscope stage, the researchers said. The research was published in the March 4th edition of the Journal of Optics.
On Tuesday, March 29th, Photonics Media will be hosting a free expert briefing on 3 perspectives on the future of photonics. Speakers will be Translucent General Manager and CTO Michael Lebby, Mark Douglas, Senior Research Analyst for Industrial Technology at Longbow Research, and Senior Laser Applications Engineer Paul Denny of Lincoln Electric Automation Division. You'll find information on how to register on our website, photonics.com. That's it for this edition of Light Matters.
To subscribe to our newscast, you can click on the share icon on this video player and choose feeds to enter your subscription directly into iTunes or any other RSS program.
For more on any of these stories and much more, visit photonics.com. As always, send questions or comments on our broadcast to lightmatters@photonics.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.